Now let me tell you about my team, because you don't really know about my team. No matter what the squad is like, if Ben White is fit, Ben White will play. No matter what.
Ben White has been fit for a very long time, and he has been on the bench. I could
Because
remember
he
vividly
just got
at
back.
one point. I could remember vividly.
He
I could remember vividly when Ben White got so fit, and at one Ben White is not a social media person that will start coming
Ben White got
on
fit
social media to come and be
after the
ranting.
Dubai trip, which was last week.
And what has happened since then? Julian Timber is still benching him at that number
Because
2.
you can't just put someone that's coming back from injury to start a game.
That means he's not important.
Welcome to another fun-filled episode of The Boom Show, where we make the big bucks. If you are joining us for the first time, on this show, this is where we give you the actual and very spot-on picks and predictions for you to make the big bucks. And this is where we make the bookies bleed. And if this is your second time or third time or fourth time, or if you are a regular audience on this show and you have not put your friends on, you are not doing well. You are not doing well. Put your friends on and let the big box go round. My name is Yinka and I'm the leader of the Boom Show. Today on the episode, I have two adversaries. They've been here before, together against each other, and they, had their teeth in their neck. I brought them again today just to give us another fun episode. Yeah, to my right, I have Damola, the Real Madrid, the answer, Mr. Ancelotti. Let me say Mr. Ancelotti himself. Hello, Damola.
I'm glad to be here again. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad to be here because people just beat Man City, just humbled Man City.
Yes, Mbappe actually.
Okay, and to my left, I have Okpe, the Arsenal man that can, go toe-to-toe with anybody. Don't worry. This one will argue that Van Persie's Arsenal was better than the Galacticos way of them Beckham.
It's not easy to be an invisible.
I just said it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for
coming. Okay, so guys, we had a very fun-filled, very exciting Champions League playoffs. With of course, Madrid Man City being the biggest game of that particular playoff. But away from that, we are still going to come back to that in terms of who is likely to win the championship, especially with the way it is set. Who is going to be the winner of this season's edition? But that will be later in the show. Let's start from our league games this weekend. And first, we have Everton versus Manchester United. Manchester United have won 4 out of their last 5 against Everton. But Everton these days, you don't know what they will do to you until they can decide to give you 3 points and they can decide to, beat you convincingly. Man U, on the other hand, they are 15th on the, or is it 10th?
No, they are 15th.
I know that some people are here.
Closer
Some people are here looking at me weirdly. That what this guy doing? Okay, so they are 15th currently on the log, and Everton are they are at home, and they are not looking like they are going to allow Manchester United to beat them. But away from wins and losses, what do you think is going to happen in that game?
First things first, it's no longer Manchester United.
Oh God,
it's Manchester disaster at the moment. So even if Everton wants to give them the win, they cannot take it because there's nobody to score for them. So that game, it's a Everton win or draw because it's even an early game in England.
Yeah, early kickoff.
So it's going to be very difficult for Manchester.
Everton win or draw.
Yeah.
Such times that we live in. 10 years ago, who would have picked Everton win or draw? What do you think?
David Moyes has really put Everton back together.
Yeah,
they've been in serious form. At least you could see the Everton versus Liverpool, the Merseyside derby that happened, and they really gave their all in that match. So I would say Man U has a leaking defense. So to be safe, I'll say Everton home to score 1 goal.
Everton over 0.5.
Yes,
that is as sure as anything. Second, the next game is Arsenal versus West Ham. Now, I'm going to start with you. Arsenal, these guys, they like, giving themselves some sort of adrenaline. So they now have a new striker.
Merino.
So in their minds, some of them were even saying, you know what, come summer, Gyökeres and all these other guys they can take a walk. Merino is here. But from their last game, they brought in Merino after Sterling was subbed off from, let's talk about Sterling. But Arsenal have kind of seemed to find a way to mitigate their attacking problems. In Merino, of course, it's too early to call because we could say that those 2 goals could have happened to anybody. It could have been a defender's goal. But they are at home against West Ham this weekend.
Merino, first of all, let me correct you there. Those 2 goals from Merino, they are strikers' goal. They are beautiful strikers' goal.
Header and tapping. Come on.
No, it was not an ordinary header.
Tapping.
It was not a tapping. It was closer to the keeper's goal. And there was a way he played it with such technique.
Quickly, do you agree that it was a striker's goal or it was a Ronaldo de Lima goal? They were Ronaldo de Lima goals.
We saw Nunes yesterday miss something like that. So why are you saying that's not a striker's goal?
It's a beautiful striker's goal. Like I said, and that match, West Ham has not been in great form either. Despite them sacking their Lopetegui and signing this former Chelsea coach.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to take away from Arsenal. But to be on the safe side, I'll say Arsenal to win and over 1.5 goals.
Arsenal to win and over 1.5 goals. Okay. What do you think?
I think I'll go for our normal name. I'll go for corners. So I'll say over 7.5 corners. Yeah.
Over what?
7.5 corners.
Over 7.5
I feel like
corners.
West Ham is going to be sitting back.
Somebody that is not even an Arsenal fan is saying Arsenal to win or draw.
I'm allowing the picks to be fluid, so that we are not picking the same team.
Fluid when it comes to your own team, you are scared.
I'm not scared.
Don't worry. Don't worry. You are scared, but don't worry. Okay, so Ipswich versus Tottenham.
Wow.
Tottenham showed Man U shaggy last weekend, but who doesn't show Man U shaggy anyways? So I mean that's not yardstick to judge anything, but it is it was a win for them, and I'm sure that they will want to take on that win and go on a run. And this is Ipswich. They will want to believe that come on, we can beat you guys. And Ipswich are not impressive these days anyways. Like they started from when the season started. They are not in that form anymore, but now they are at home and Ipswich can score. I think we can all agree to that Ipswich can score. So what do you think is going to happen in that game that will give us value in terms of odds?
I think
I want 1.0.
I think I will stick to corners too. I will stick to over 8.5 corners because Tottenham is not a very serious team. So they might be on today and tomorrow they are playing like they don't even know what to do. So, and Ipswich at home is always going to be a problem. So, because they are trying as much as possible to pull up a fight. So, that's my best pick for the game.
I think I agree with you because Matthias Tell, their new striker, it was just, slamming shots in that
once you wear that Tottenham jersey, even if you are Ronaldo, you don't know how to play anything.
Sorry, Spurs. What do you think?
People tend to forget that Tottenham suffered a lot of injuries. Most especially their goalkeeper, Vicario. Last season, Vicario, if I'm
but I think
not,
it's back.
He came back. It's back. Vicario saved them like 20 points during last season, which was very, very helpful for them for their Europa challenge. And Vicario is back now. That would help their defense more.
He really did well against Man.
Yes. They've been using Kinski. That Kinski is a disaster. I don't know whether he's a goalkeeper. So I think with that, I can say Tottenham can really pull something off.
So what do you think?
So I believe it's a Tottenham win.
Tottenham straight win.
Yes.
Okay, Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest. Newcastle were thumped against Manchester City last weekend with Mamouche scoring a hat-trick in that game. Nottingham Forest too, they are looking to, win the league. Those guys. When I saw their goal difference between Arsenal and Nottingham, I think it was less than 5.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what are these guys smoking in that? Now, they are coming to a Newcastle side that just lost 4-0 against Manchester City. And these guys too, they want to believe that they are big boys because of course they are in the League Cup finals, they are high flying. What do you think is going to happen in that game?
I believe Newcastle will not be serious with that game because their next game is going to be the final. So and they've not won a trophy in a long time. So they are going to be really, really focused on that final. Except that manager is on serious. Because I don't understand why you know you can't win the league. And you have a final to play. And you're going to be putting your best and you cannot beat Nottingham Forest at that stadium. I don't know. I don't know what you want to play.
No, they are at home against Nottingham Forest.
Okay, those boys are just very fast. So you have to be able to match them energy-wise and everything. So
what do you think?
To me, I just feel like it's just going to be a Nottingham Forest double chance. Win or draw.
Nottingham Forest win or draw. Do you agree?
Nottingham Forest fire is already going down. Their last 3 matches, they were nothing to write home about. It was really appalling. Because I really rooted for them, okay, underdog story and all that. But for that match, I would say a corners game, to be honest. A corners
game?
Yes.
How many corners now?
Game. I'll be saying over 8.5 corners.
Over 8.5 corners.
Yes.
Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Aston Villa in their last game, they were about to beat Liverpool, but somehow, Liverpool. And again, they were still about to lose that game. If not for that, Darwin Núñez, missed chance.
You say no more Darwin Núñez.
Now Chelsea, they are looking for they're looking for inspiration anywhere and anywhere they could get it, because we are not trying to win the league. We are not trying to win the league. We just want to make top 4.
That's one of their problems.
Now they are going away to Aston Villa. They are going to Villa Park. What is sure to happen in that game?
I just feel like it's going to be a corner game because...
Corners again.
Chelsea fans forgot the fact that when a manager says something, he means it. So when your manager comes out and say, we are not in a title race, you guys should know that it's serious. But they thought it was just being a joker. He was trying to be humble and everything. So now that it's playing out in their eyes, and they're looking at it like, what's happening? Because how do you have players that don't even know how to do the basic? And the ones that can do that, pushing those ones out. Joao Felix is out, Disasi is out, pushing everybody that can do. Now you have players that cannot even do anything for you. Then Jackson, that we all used to put the blame on, is now injured. So there's nobody to now do it. Because there used to be Jackson that would see chances and miss and score some. Now it's even difficult to create any chance. Their last game, I think before they got a shot on target was closing to the end of the game.
It was very
so now,
long.
How are you going to fix that? Because now it's now been difficult to even know where to play Palmer to even create or do anything.
And now you are playing Aston Villa with a Rashford, Asensio, and Watkins.
It's going to be really difficult playing away from home to Emery that is...
So what's your pick for that game?
So I think it's a corner game.
How many corners?
Over 8.5 corners.
Over 8.5 corners. What do you think?
Yeah, it's very obvious to me. The two of them are both leaking defenses. Both teams to score.
Both teams to score. Aston Villa versus Chelsea, both teams to score. Okay, I'll take it. Yes, guys, welcome again to the Master Banter session. Before we go on, why are you drinking water? We have not started. Before we go on, remember that the Boom Show is proudly sponsored by Betwinner, the home of true winners. And if you are a first-timer on Betwinner, you can sign up with our promo code, The Boom Show, and win up to 200% bonus to play casino games, live sport games, and all other games on the Betwinner platform. Guys, are you ready? On today's on today's Master Banter, I'm going to give you guys Arsenal Madrid. Arsenal Madrid is usually uneven because of these guys. But on this episode of Master Banter, you guys are going to tell me which defense has been the best so far this season, not ever, not forever, not all time. This season, who has had the best defense? Arsenal or Real Madrid?
Arsenal, obviously.
Okay. Go. You should have 90 seconds. Arsenal. How?
I have the best defense pairing in the world, Saliba and Gabriel. So you cannot even tell me who his defenders are because they are always working from home, remote workers. And they have been conceding goals like drinking water. They have conceded over 40-something goals in all competition. So is that a defense to be proud of for the best team in the world? No. So in that way and manner, you can actually see that. Do you actually understand? Going a team like Madrid, who is actually the highest winners of the Champions League, because of the poor defense they have to go to the playoff to qualify to the round of 16. That's actually very, very poor for them. So their goal scoring has actually been good, but their defense has actually been leaking. But that is how very, very massive a defense is. But we have a defense of Saliba and Gabriel that...
Who is their pairing?
They don't have a pairing because their normal Rudiger, Alaba has actually, and Militao has actually been going on and off. So they just got like a new one that can actually like the boy. The Asensio boy is actually very good. And they've actually been doing so well so far. But when the senior men come, we will go back to the bench. So, but I have defenders that can actually, any striker in the world, don't worry, you go collect.
What do you think?
Most of the time, when Arsenal players talk or when Arsenal fans talk, I just tend to just pity them because they tend to always say Arsenal has the best this, Arsenal has the best that. You know, Patrice Evra said it.
Pride is coming into it now. We are saying this season. Who has had the best defense?
Arsenal footballer is like your favorite show. You always have to wait for the next season. You understand me? Nobody wins anything in the middle of the season. Currently, right now, Madrid has a lot of injuries. We've had 3 ACLs this season, and we have been very, very performing very well. You understand me? And you claim to say, okay, you only considered 3 goals in the UCL group stage, which is fine. Have you considered the teams that you played? Madrid played stronger teams than you. Madrid played stronger teams than you, despite we being injured. We played stronger teams than you, and we had to even upgrade our players from the youth league to the main team, to the senior team. I'm even having to have my own center and my midfielder to play center back for me. Even my own my right winger to play central back for me. I've had a lot of situations like that. So if you are talking about my players, when my 2 players, Rudiger and Militao, played for me, they always beat your team anytime, any day. Your Saliba, who is your number one defender, he cannot bench anybody in France. Is a number 4 pairing in France for centre back. Your Gabriel is also Militao. You cannot bench Militao in Brazil, which is very, very sure. So the reason why your players can make money is because of injuries, and injuries happens to anybody in football.
No, I didn't say head-to-head players. I said collectively defense.
Let me give him some fact
defense.
Check. First things first, you said we played smaller teams. So are you trying to tell me Lille, Atalanta are the bigger teams that are scoring you? That you are trying to put up to be bigger teams. That's one. Secondly, you're complaining about injuries. Arsenal had injuries too. White has been off for a long time. Calafiori has been going on and off. Tomiyasu has been going on and off. Nobody's complaining about that. Give me results. And you've been also saying things like
Ben White stopped being your your first starter since when Julian Timber became fully fit.
It's because
Ben White stopped being your Calafiori is a player that you just signed this. You don't expect him to start to be a number 3.
Now let me tell you about my team, because you don't really know about my team. No matter what the squad is like, if Ben White is fit, Ben White will play. No matter what.
Ben White has been fit for a very long time, and he has been on the bench. I could
because
remember vividly.
He just got back.
At one point, I could remember vividly. I could remember vividly when Ben White got so fit, and at one Ben White is not a social media person that will start.
Ben White got fit after the Dubai trip, which was last week.
And what has happened since then? Julian Timber is still benching him at that number 2.
Because you can't just put someone that's coming back from injury to start a game.
That means he's not important.
Nobody's asking you.
Wait, who has considered more this season?
Madrid
has considered more. He knows now. That's why he's trying to say they have played more smaller teams. They have played more.
I want to ask a very, very simple question. Okay. When they are picking team of the season, do they go for a defender that's considered less goals, or a defender that has made more impact in the team?
Okay, good.
Yes, or what do they go for?
Wait.
What do they go for? It's a very simple question.
They go for interceptions, clearance, and clean sheets.
Good. And what does that mean?
That means that my defenders will always be in that team.
Oh, okay. When they were going for what do they call it? Team of the season. This current season, how many of the players were in team of the season?
Saliba was there now.
Only Saliba.
Yes, now.
And why was Gabriel not there?
Because Gabriel's performance is just for this season.
Who were the other players that were there?
Rudiger was there, definitely.
Rudiger was there.
Yes, and Van Dijk.
And Van Dijk.
Yeah.
And how many goals did Van Dijk concede last season?
I don't know, but
Liverpool was very poor last season.
Wait.
Upon that, they still chose Van Dijk. That's to tell you that. That's just to show you that when a defender is class, it doesn't matter whether his team concedes.
Now
Sometimes
let me.
Okay, I want to tell you something. Let me not go back too much. When we say Sergio Ramos is like best defender. Does that mean Sergio Ramos doesn't concede goals?
Even swallows red.
He swallows red. Does that mean that he doesn't concede goals?
This is where
you are more biased concerning.
This is where you are
more biased in the aspect that okay, because of Arsenal has not conceded much goals this season.
We are unbeaten presently. Do you know what that means? That means your 15 games. That means your defense is strong.
That unbeaten is not that unbeaten is not going to make your defense give you the Champions League.
We are still in the competition.
That's what I'm saying. I'm very, very sure about.
It's okay. Yes, guys, we're back to the rapid fire session where you just give me your picks. You know, no story, no long thing, just the picks for those particular games. Okay, let's start with Real Madrid Girona. What do you think?
Real Madrid to win and over 2.5.
Real Madrid to win and over 2.5.
Real Madrid straight win.
Real Madrid straight win. Hey, everybody's believing in Mbappe now. Bournemouth Wolves.
Bournemouth over 0.5 goals.
Bournemouth over 0.5 goals. No, not me and you.
Bournemouth at home over.
I don't want Bournemouth over 0.5. What's that?
Okay, I would go for corners then. Over 8.5 corners.
Over 8.5 corners.
Over 1.5 goals.
Over 1.5 goals. I'll still give me 1.2 on Betwinner. Fulham Crystal Palace.
Fulham Crystal Palace. Fulham home to score.
What's the meaning of all this?
It's Fulham now.
Fulham over 0.5.
Yes, Fulham over 0.5.
Let me leave you.
Over 2.5 goals.
Over 2.5 goals. Southampton Brighton.
Southampton to score.
Southampton to score. Wow, that should be 1.7. Yes. What do you think? Brighton win. Okay. Hosting Kiel versus Bayer Leverkusen.
Bayer Leverkusen to win.
Bayer Leverkusen to win. Win.
Over 0.5 halftime goals.
Over 0.5 halftime goals. Okay. Dortmund versus Union Berlin.
Second half most scoring goals.
What?
Second half most scoring goals.
Oh, we'll help you there. Score 5-0 for first half.
Over 2.5 yellow cards.
Over 2.5 yellow cards. Las Palmas versus Barcelona.
Las Palmas to score.
Las Palmas versus 0.5. Eh?
Yes, Las Palmas to score.
Barcelona win.
Las Palmas at home.
Valencia versus Atletico Madrid.
Atletico Madrid to win.
Over 1.5 goals.
Over 1.5 goals. Strasbourg versus Brest.
Brest to score.
They should.
They've squeezed them.
Under 2.5.
Under 2.5 goals. Nice versus Montpellier.
Over 1.5 goals.
Nice to score.
Nice to score. Como versus Napoli.
Como to score.
That's very, very sure.
Como to score.
Very, very, very sure.
Verona Fiorentina.
They always score.
Over 2.5 goals.
Very Fiorentina.
Fiorentina, we win or draw.
Manchester United versus Ipswich. He's not ready.
Ipswich to score. Onana will always leak.
Yeah.
Man U to win. Man U to win.
Guy,
Man U to win.
Okay. And finally, Brentford Everton.
Over 7.5 corners.
Over 7.5 corners. What do you think?
Brentford Everton. Fouls.
How many
fouls?
How many fouls?
I would say how do you count it? 36.5 fouls.
36.5 fouls. Okay. You're welcome once again to you, Sabi Ball. And if you see me laughing, it's because last week our followers on social media were very active because they obviously
Sabi Ball, there was a question that was a little bit tricky and they took it very personal. And I saw all of those comments and I know all those names, all 170 comments on TikTok. I'm going to challenge you to come to this studio since you feel like you Sabi Ball more than me. I'm the landlord of the You Sabi Ball segment. And today is for wickedness. This guy on my right has a clean sheet. 5 out of 5. This guy on my left is also a former winner on this show. Today, if it's possible for 2 people to lose, it has to happen. Who is going first?
Let me go first.
I love the confidence.
Number 1.
Number 1. Who is the only player to score, assist, and to score an own goal in the same match? He scored, he assisted, and also scored an own goal in that same match. No hints today. No hints.
Wow.
Do you know it? Yes or no?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's Wayne Rooney.
Wow.
Yes. Against Stoke City in 2012. You don't know ball. Do you know ball?
I Sabi Ball small.
You Sabi Ball small.
Small.
What number?
Number 10.
Number 10. Which club is known as Los Colchoneros?
Los
Colchoneros.
Cotroneros.
They are wasting the time of the Sabi Ball landlord. Do you know it or you don't know it?
I know Sabi.
You see how hard it is when I don't give hints.
Wickedness.
But I'd not give hints to him, so I'll not give hints to you. It's Atletico Madrid.
Oh.
You never hear him before.
It's close.
That's why. That's why I'm sitting here.
Blancos. That's
What number are you going for?
4.
Number 4. Which country has won the FIFA World Cup the most times?
Brazil.
Brazil. Correct.
Ojoro.
Ojoro Hazard. You said pick one, make you say now Ojoro question.
Number 8.
Number 8. Which player has scored the most goals in a single World Cup tournament?
Miroslav Klose.
Just Fontaine scored 13 goals in the 1958 World Cup. What question are you going
Number
for?
7.
I said today's wickedness day. We know because I did laugh safe. Who is the all-time top scorer in the UEFA Champions League?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Correct.
Ojoro.
Okay, number 7 for number 7. Okay, that's good.
Number 15.
Number 15. Which club was the first to retain the UEFA Champions League trophy? In case the English is hard, which club won the UEFA Champions League trophy back to back for the first time?
Real Madrid.
AC Milan in 1989 and 1990.
It was not Champions League then. It was not Champions League.
It was what?
It
European
was
Cup.
it was UEFA Champions League in
You know Sabi
1992.
Ball.
So he's challenging that question. He challenged the question.
Yes.
Me and you will come head to head one of these days.
That's fine.
What question are you going for?
11.
11. Which player has won the UEFA Champions League with 3 different clubs?
Which player?
Yes.
Clarence Seedorf.
Ball knowledge.
Cheap questions.
Why don't you pick the cheap ones?
Cheap questions.
That's 3 to
1.
1. You got one correctly.
Yes, now I challenge
Yeah.
it now. Do you
And
want
so
the
that
last
you
one?
challenge it doesn't mean that it's correct.
As long as I'm winning, they challenging ourselves.
Number 14.
Number 14. Which player holds the record for the most appearances in La Liga? This person has 622 appearances.
Daniel Alves.
You say? I should not Peter Crouch.
Jesus Navas.
Not be the only Jesus Navas. Is
I don't know that.
Zubizarreta.
Zubizarreta.
Yes.
Oh.
622 appearances.
Rare should say that.
Last question.
Number 20.
Number 20. Who scored the fastest goal in the UEFA Champions League final? You know it, Abi.
Fastest goal.
Yes. That goal came in 51 seconds. Paolo Maldini scored for AC Milan against Liverpool in 2005. I'm sure everybody here watched that match.
No, I was trying to remember, but I'm not getting that it
He
was
did
not
not
scored
Sabi
that
Ball.
goal.
It's okay. It's okay. You understand? Final question.
Final question.
The reason why we're allowing this final question is, say yesterday when Madrid score, when they beat Man City.
Consolation.
They did not.
Time.
They were losing 3-0, but they did not say, okay, yeah, let's allow
Shall
them
bring
to
my
finish the
winners
match.
bond
Number
together.
12.
Number 12. Which team has the longest consecutive stay in the Premier League since its inception?
The longest consecutive stay
In the Premier League since its inception.
Everton.
Wrong. I'll give you one more chance just so you can leave this table with dignity.
Arsenal.
Correct. Arsenal.
I know it's either Arsenal or
Since
Everton. one of the two.
1919. Congratulations.
Don't play with
You
us.
know Sabi Ball like that.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I Sabi Ball now.
You Sabi Ball.
Yes, we are back. And I'm glad they spot your clean sheet on this show.
I
No
can't
more
judge
clean
them.
sheets. You was bringing 5-0. Yeah. Nothing for you. You know Sabi anything. You know
Stay
Sabi
humble,
Ball.
Stay humble,
Why you ask now, fam? Okay, so we are back to the final part of the show. We're going to be talking about some games and, of course, UCL outrights. But before then, again, guys, the Boom Show is proudly sponsored by Betwinner, home of true winners. Okay, so Brighton versus Bournemouth. That is going to be the week after the midweek after the weekend. There are midweek games. So we have Brighton Bournemouth. Brighton is seeming to beat. They are beating all the giants. They've beaten. Oh no, not all the giants. Sorry, because this guy was looking at me already. They've beaten Man U. They've beaten Chelsea. They are at home against Bournemouth. And Bournemouth they're doing like this these days. So I think Brighton they have a knack. They have a knack for humbling people. You think you where come now? Arsenal too didn't beat them. I think in the both legs. Yeah. So to them now they are seeing Bournemouth as a big club. So what do you think is going to happen? Sure to happen in that game, Brighton versus Bournemouth.
It's going to be a both team score.
Both teams to score.
Yes, but Bournemouth is a very disciplined team, but Brighton is very attacking and they are home, so it's going to be a both team score.
Both teams to score. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a corner game because having somebody like Semenyo,
corner man.
Then they're having there's this what's his name, Mitoma. So it's going to be like more attack on both flanks, and the both teams are actually very clinical in defense because they don't really like to
concede goals
like that. So I feel like.
So what do you think is going to happen?
8.5 corners.
Over 8.5 corners. Now, Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Whatever happens in the weekend, regardless of whatever happens at the weekend, Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. I can't even believe I'm saying it. It's going to be a big game.
It's always a big game.
Yeah, no. It's not. It has never been a big game till now. In terms of how the league is set, how the league standings are set, Arsenal are second, Nottingham Forest are third.
Yeah, I understand.
So, and they are not too far off each other. Now, it is going to be a case of, make I catch you, collect that 3 points from your hand, you go see for either of them. So, the 3 points will do good, to do either of them a greater good than, draw. So, in that game, Nottingham Forest are at home. And Arsenal, shaky, shaky, even though unbeaten in 15 games, he's still shaky. So what is going to happen in that game that will give our investments value?
I feel like coming from the point of they both want to win the game, it's going to be a very, very attack-minded game. So it's going to be a corner game. But because I'm actually sure that pressure will just be on Nottingham Forest and Arsenal will win that game, so I'll say it's an Arsenal win.
Oh, pressure will be on Nottingham Forest, not
yes,
Arsenal.
Now, because they want to go back to Europe. It's been a lot of years without them being in Europe.
That's new. Now, both of them need to win that game. What happens in games like that? What is, going to happen?
This season, I Nottingham Forest, I can count the number of people number of teams that are beating Nottingham Forest at home. So it's going to be a Nottingham Forest home win or draw.
Tottenham versus Manchester City. Last season, when you needed Tottenham to beat Man City, Son was missing a one-on-one.
That's why this season, Man City is going to beat them again. Even giving Tottenham one go ahead, they will still lose.
I don't like Tottenham.
Sports is shit.
Please. So, okay, you are tipping Man City to
win flawless.
Okay, let's start versus Man City. Man City has no fans.
He's speaking from an emotional point of view.
They don't want to hear
perfectly.
anything.
But that match is an obvious both teams to score. They are both attack minded. They both have leaking defense. Yes, Tottenham is coming back, but right now Guardiola is not himself. Guardiola is finished, to be honest. Yes, the main reason why Guardiola is enjoying that start is because of it. He has won the league back to back, and nobody's even looking at him. You understand? But right now, Guardiola is out of ideas. So, and Tottenham is getting themselves back. So it will be a both teams to score.
Both teams to score.
Yes.
Okay. Finally, on the analysis side, before we go into outright, Liverpool versus Newcastle. Newcastle lost 4-0 to Manchester City. I don't think they want to lose. Okay, that's a cup final.
That's fight to the dead now.
That's a cup final. Yeah. So Liverpool, Newcastle to that's a cup final.
That's a card game. Because Newcastle haven't won a trophy in years, and they have players like.
You mean years or decades?
They have players like Guimaraes, that Tonali. They're like very, very aggressive and all.
In their midfield.
So they are bringing all that smoke into that game. And I know it's going to be a card game. I just pray somebody like Salah just gets injured in that match.
Come on, nice guy. So what's your pick?
Over 3.5 cards.
And who is going to win that cup final?
Newcastle. No, I need Newcastle.
Do you have a beef with Liverpool?
No, I need Newcastle to
I know
win.
you have a beef with Everton. I know you have a beef with Tottenham and Man City. Do you have something against Newcastle?
Okay, let me tell you what the thing is. If Arne Slot wins, it's already feeling like he has done something. But if he loses that, Arteta has actually won something. But if he loses that game, the pressure on him is going to be high. So he will be actually over-calculating a lot of things. But if he wins that game, he's just going to be relaxed. He'll be thinking about his selection properly.
So Newcastle to win or draw? At the end of 9 time. Over what? What's your pick?
Over 3.5 yellow card. But over to win the trophy, I'm going for Newcastle.
If Newcastle wins the League Cup and Slots, goes in that final, of course, like you said, there's going to be a very high pressure on him to win the league. But right now, they've not played that game. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that final?
I think most people don't really know much about Arne Slot. I've been watching Arne Slot since when these days of Feyenoord, not in their league, but in the Champions League.
Sorry, you know Arne Slot before the season?
Yes, I knew him from the season because I could remember Feyenoord versus Atletico Madrid. I was wondering which team is this that is putting Atletico Madrid in serious pressure. I could remember that match vividly.
And it was Arne Slot.
It was Arne Slot that was their coach, and he won the league with them. I believe even with them PSV and this thing then. So Arne Slot is not somebody that bows to pressure. It's a win for Liverpool.
A win for Liverpool. Straight win for Liverpool.
Yes.
Newcastle.
Yes.
Okay. So guys, let's talk about Champions League outrights. And I'm seeing some very beautiful odds on Betwinner for, who will win the outright Champions League winner and, of course, the goal scorer, highest goal scorer. Now, what are your top 3 teams? What top 3 teams are you tipping to win the Champions League this season? Top 3 teams.
Arsenal, Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Arsenal, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Yeah. What are your top 3 teams?
PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Okay, at least we agree on Real Madrid. So, now, Real Madrid to win is 4.5 odds on Betwinner. So, I mean, if you like, I don't know. Arsenal to win, you picked Arsenal. Yeah. It's 7 odds on Betwinner. Barcelona is also 7 odds. That's nice. And Paris Saint-Germain, PSG to win is 11.2 odds.
Sweet money. Put 1 million, collect 11 million.
That Dembele will kill them.
So Bayern Munich to win is 8.1,
They are going home next round.
while Inter to win is 13.5 odds.
Who are the favorites?
At this point, Real Madrid are the favorites. In fact, Real Madrid to win is 1.16.
To win the
Real
Champions
Madrid to not win the Champions League is 1.16 on Betwinner.
Anytime
It
Madrid
is their
is
competition now.
Is their bet? It's looking like their bet right. Okay, quickly. Finally, top goal scorer. I think Mbappe has 7 goals, or was this 6 goals or something now?
7 goals.
7 goals. Okay, yes, 7 goals. So, who are the top 3 players that you feel will get the golden boot in Champions League?
Mbappe, Lewandowski. How was this guy's name?
Where?
There's a for PSV.
Dembele,
Not PSV.
De Jong.
Yeah.
De Jong.
Dembele, don't worry, he's going on very soon.
Who are your top 3 players?
I believe Kane is going to be there.
Kane.
Yes, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. Okay, Harry
Yeah,
Kane.
Lewandowski. Mbappe.
Harry Kane, Lewandowski, and Mbappe. Lewandowski to win the golden boot is 3.5 odds. Kylian Mbappe is 5.5 odds. I think I'm going to go and fire that. I think Mbappe is ready to take everybody by the storm.
How about Harry Kane?
Harry Kane is 8 odds on Betwinner. Harry Kane to win the golden boot is 8 odds on Betwinner. Usman Dembele 26 odds. And I can just go and throw money there for say.
That guy cannot
Just
do
give me
anything.
the combo.
That guy just played because he's trying to advertise himself for now. There's nothing in that ingredient.
Okay, thank you guys. This is where we come to the end of the show. Follow us across our social media platforms at The Boom Show. Guys, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Until next time, we'll see you.
Thank
Keep
you.
booming.